Sagittarius. Before you scroll past this, I need you to stop for just a second, because Spirit pulled me aside before I even started recording today and said, the person who finds this video is not an ordinary soul. And I know that sounds like something a reader might say to everyone, but I want you to understand, I have been doing this for years. I have read for thousands of people. And what I am feeling around the energy of whoever is meant to find this reading is something I genuinely do not encounter often. This is not someone who is just spiritually curious. This is not someone who is just beginning to wake up. The soul that is being drawn to this video right now is operating at one of the highest vibrational frequencies I have ever come into contact with. And Spirit is saying they don't fully know it yet. They've been walking around in this body, in this life, carrying something enormous inside them. And nobody has ever sat them down and said, do you know what you actually are? Do you know what you're actually carrying? So that's what this reading is. That's why you're here. And I promise you, if you stay until the end, something in you is going to shift. Something that has been waiting to be confirmed is finally going to be confirmed. So don't go anywhere. This one is for you. Consistently shows me that the right message finds the right person at exactly the right moment. You are not randomly recommended this video. That is not how this works. You are guided here, and I am honored to be the one delivering what comes through today. So let's set the space. Let's take a breath together and let's go in. The very first thing coming through, before I even touch the deck, is a color. I'm seeing deep violet, almost indigo, and Spirit is saying this color is significant for you. Either it's a color you're drawn to, a color you wear or decorate with, or it's simply your auric color, the frequency, your energy field naturally resonates at. Violet and indigo are the colors of the third eye and the crown chakra. And the fact that this is the first thing Spirit showed me tells me everything about who you are. You are someone whose gifts are not primarily physical or even emotional, though those are very much present. Your primary gifts are spiritual and perceptual. You see things, things. You pick up on energy in rooms, in conversations, in people's eyes, in the silence between words. And you have probably spent a significant portion of your life not knowing what to do with that ability or wondering if it was even real. Spirit wants me to tell you right now, it is real. It has always been real. And it is one of the defining features of the extraordinarily rare soul type that you are. I'm also seeing the letter J or the letter M coming through very strongly. This could be your initial, the initial of someone deeply significant in your life, a family member, a person connected to this reading, or even the initial of a place that holds meaning for you. Hold on to that. We'll see if more confirmation comes through as we go deeper. Let me bring in the cards now. The first card out is the World. And I want you to feel that for a moment before I say anything else. The World. In all my years of doing this work, when the World lands as the very first card in a soul level reading, Spirit is making a statement, not a suggestion, a declaration. This card in its highest expression represents the soul that has completed something. Not in this lifetime necessarily, but across many, many cycles of experience and growth. You are an old soul in the truest sense of that phrase, not old in a tired way. Old in a wise way. Old in the way that a river that has traveled a very long distance has something that a brand new stream simply does not have yet, which is depth and direction and the quiet certainty of something that has been shaped by time. I'm also picking up specific signs here. The Scorpio, Pisces, and Capricorn energy are very present in this card for you. This could be your sun, moon, or rising sign, or it could be significant people in your life who carry these energies. Scorpio, for the transformation you've walked through. Pisces, for the spiritual depth that is so native to who you are. And Capricorn, for the quiet, unshakable resilience that lives in your bones. Even when you don't feel resilient, even when you feel like you're barely holding on, there is something in you that keeps going. Capricorn energy never fully quits. And I see that in your chart, or the chart of someone very close to you. Numbers coming through with this card, 87 and 26. These could be birthdays. So someone born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of any month, August or December. Birthdays feel especially significant here. If I said your birthday or someone in your life's birthday, let that be a confirmation that this message is for you. The second card is the High Priestess. And now the tears are trying to come because this combination, the World followed by the High Priestess, is one of the most sacred progressions I have ever witnessed in a reading. I have to be completely honest with you about what I'm receiving. This is not a common pull. This is not something I see every week or even every month. This pairing is telling me that you are not just spiritually gifted. You are spiritually appointed. There is a purpose attached to your life that goes beyond personal happiness or personal success, though both of those are very much part of your path. But the High Priestess arriving right after the World is spirit, saying this person carries sacred wisdom and it is time for them to stop hiding it. I'm getting the letter R or the letter A very clearly with this card. Does that initial belong to you, to someone you love, someone who has deeply shaped who you are? A mother figure, a grandmother, a mentor, a partner? Take that as it resonates. I'm also seeing a very specific image, a woman sitting near water alone, not out of loneliness, but out of choice, sitting in the kind of stillness that most people are afraid of. And Spirit is saying, this is you. You have always been someone who finds truth in silence, who needs space to hear yourself think, who sometimes prefers the company of your own inner world to the noise of what's happening around you. And people have maybe misread that about you. They've called you distant or hard to reach, when really you were just operating on a frequency that most of them couldn't tune into. Water is deeply significant for you. Oceans, rivers, rain. You could feel an almost spiritual connection to water. You might find that being near water resets you in a way that nothing else does. And the High Priestess near water is one of the most powerful, intuitive combinations in the deck. Zodiac energy here. Cancer and Aquarius are both coming through. Cancer for the emotional depth and the way you love with your whole being, the way you feel everything so intensely, even when your face shows nothing. And Aquarius, for the part of you that is slightly ahead of its time, the part of you that sees things other people won't understand for years, the part of you that has always felt slightly futuristic in your thinking, even if nobody around you quite kept up. The third card is the Star. And I had to put my hand on my chest when this one came out, because the star following the World and High Priestess in a single reading is genuinely one of the most breathtaking things I have seen. I'll tell you why in a moment, but first I want to check in with you energetically because I'm getting something very specific here. Spirit is showing me that there was a period, it might be recent or it might be something you're still in the middle of, where things got very heavy, where you questioned your path, your worth, your purpose, where the sensitivity and the depth that make you so extraordinary also became almost unbearable to carry. Where you looked around at people who seemed to move through life so effortlessly, so unbothered, and you wondered why you couldn't just be more like that, why everything had to land so hard on you, why you felt things so intensely when the world seemed to reward people who felt very little. Does that resonate? Spirit is saying yes. Spirit is saying there were real moments of real darkness for you, and you walked through them. You came out the other side. Not the same, yes, but not broken, refined, polished. The star is the card that appears after the tower, after the storm, after the thing that threatened to undo everything. It is the card of radical hope that has been tested and survived. And it is appearing in your reading because you are a person who has earned the kind of hope that cannot be shaken. Not naive hope, not wishful thinking, the kind of knowing that comes from having been in the dark and found your way back to the light more than once. The star also carries the frequency of healing. And I'm hearing Spirit say very clearly, your healing is not just for you. The way you have healed yourself, the way you have chosen again and again to come back to wholeness, that is a gift to every single person who will ever encounter your energy. You carry healed frequency and people feel it. That's why they're drawn to you. That's why they open up to you in ways they don't open up to others. You are a safe frequency. You have done the inner work that creates safety for others just by being present. I'm getting the number 11 and the number 33 with this card. These are master numbers, and their presence here is significant. You could have an 11 or a 33 in your numerology, your life path number, your expression number, your soul urge number, or someone born on the 11th or 33rd. So November 11th, any date with an 11 or 2 3s, master number energy is running through this reading in a very powerful way. People with master numbers in their charts are often the ones who feel like they came here with a larger assignment than the people around them. And that can be isolating, but it is also extraordinarily purposeful. Virgo energy is coming through strongly here. Meticulous, devoted, deeply service-oriented. Someone in this reading, possibly you, carries Virgo. Sun, moon, or rising. That combination of Virgo and the star speaks to someone who has spent so much of their life in service to others and is now entering a chapter where the universe is going to serve them in return. The fourth card is the Four of Wands, and I felt something shift in the room when this landed. The Four of Wands is celebration, homecoming, arrival. It is the card of crossing a threshold and being welcomed on the other side. And in the context of your reading, it is appearing as a timeline marker. Spirit is saying the waiting is ending. The season of preparation, of holding patterns, of things almost but not quite arriving. That season is closing, and what is opening on the other side of this threshold is something that matches you, not something you have to adjust yourself to fit something that was already shaped around who you are. I'm seeing the color gold very strongly with this card. Gold is significant for you. Maybe you're drawn to gold jewelry or gold tones in your home. Maybe someone important to you always wore gold. Or maybe gold is simply your energy. Abundant, warm, magnetic, and valuable in a way that does not diminish over time. I'm also getting the letter C. Or the letter S could be a person whose name begins with C or S who is connected to this celebration energy. A partner, a friend, a family member. Someone who is going to be present in this next chapter of your life in a meaningful way. Numbers here, 2, 5, and 14. Birthdays on the 2nd, 5th, or 14th, February or May, feeling significant, or someone with a Taurus or Gemini influence, because both of those signs fall under that late spring energy that the Four of Wands carries. Roses are coming through with this card. Red roses specifically. This could be someone who gives you flowers, someone connected to a rose in a meaningful way, or even a rose tattoo. Roses here represent love that is not casual. Love that has weight and permanence and beauty that doesn't wilt. The 5th card is the Emperor, and I want to sit with this one carefully because there are 2 layers to what Spirit is showing me here. The first layer is about your own life taking on a more structured, stable foundation. The Emperor is the energy of solid ground, of building. Something real that lasts. And after everything your reading has shown me, the depth, the sensitivity, the trials you've walked through, Spirit is saying you are about to build something that holds, something you don't have to white knuckle your way through, something that stands on its own because the foundation you're laying now is built on truth. But the second layer of this card is about a person in your field, someone who operates with authority and presence, someone who in most areas of their life is very much in control of themselves in their environment. And this person has encountered you and lost that control in the most beautiful way. I keep seeing this image of someone who prides themselves on being unreadable, suddenly becoming very readable around you. Their composure slips, their carefully maintained distance dissolves, and they don't know what to do with that because you are unlike anything in their previous experience. This person could have Aries, Leo, or Capricorn energy, strong fire or earth placements, someone who leads in some capacity professionally or personally, and they are drawn to you in a way that interrupts their usual patterns. Spirit is saying this person has thought about you at moments they didn't plan to, in the middle of something completely unrelated. You come through their mind and they feel it physically. A warmth in the chest, a disruption in their concentration. You are under their skin in a way that cannot be reasoned away. I'm hearing the initials T or D around this person, or those initials could be connected to a place or situation tied to them. Numbers with the Emperor, 1, 1, 0, and 19 could be a birthday on the 1st, 10th, or 19th. January or October energy is very strong here. Let me pull a channel message card now because Spirit has something very direct to say. I'm hearing you were placed here on purpose in this body, in this time, with these exact gifts, because the world needs what only you carry. And I want to pause on that because I think there's a part of you that has wondered more than once whether you were somehow a mistake, whether you were too much or not enough or somehow assembled incorrectly for the life you were given. And Spirit is saying with absolute clarity, none of that is true. Every single thing about you, including the parts that have made your life harder, the sensitivity, the depth, the way you feel, everything at full volume was intentional, was chosen, not chosen. Snorts for you from the outside, but chosen by you before you arrived here, because you knew on a soul level that those were exactly the tools you would need to do what you came here to do. Lavender is coming through as a significant flower or scent for you. You might be drawn to lavender, find it calming, grow it, wear it as an oil. Lavender has long been connected to intuition and spiritual protection. And I think that resonance is not an accident for you. I'm also seeing a butterfly. This symbol is appearing very clearly in your energy right now. And Spirit is saying this is a marker. You are in a metamorphic moment, a genuine transition between who you were and who you are becoming. And like the butterfly, the most significant part of the transformation happens in the in-between space. The space that looks like nothing is happening, but is actually where everything is happening. That is where you are right now. Do not mistake the stillness for stagnation. You are becoming, the final card is the Ace of Cups. And this is the one that made the tears finally come all the way through, because the Ace of Cups is the purest love card in the entire deck. It is a cup that overflows without end, and Spirit is placing it at the end of your reading as a promise. You are entering a period of emotional overflow. Not overflow in the sense of too much to handle. Overflow in the sense of abundance, of love that comes toward you and does not run out of connection, that replenishes itself of feeling finally what it is like to receive in equal measure to everything you have given. And you have given so much. Spirit is showing me a long stretch of time where your love, your energy, your care, your wisdom has flowed outward toward others, sometimes toward people who did not deserve the full force of what you were offering. And the Ace of Cups is Spirit saying that season is turning. What is coming for you is designed to fill you back up, to restore what was spent, to give you back something you may have forgotten was even possible, which is the feeling of being truly, completely, properly loved. Libra energy is so strong with this card. Libra, sun, moon, or rising for you or for someone entering your life, that Venian frequency, beauty, balance, the desire for genuine partnership, reciprocal love. Libra is also about harmony and justice, and there's something justice adjacent about the Ace of Cups landing here. Like the universe is correcting an imbalance. Like what is coming is partly a cosmic writing of something that was overdue. I'm hearing the name beginning with L or E. Someone whose name or initial is L or E is connected to this cup overflowing. This could be a romantic partner arriving or deepening. It could be a friendship that becomes something profoundly healing. It could be a child or a creative project that you pour yourself into, and that pours right back into you. Take that as it resonates. Numbers with the Ace of Cups, 1, 6, and 24. Birthdays on the 1st, 6th, or 24th. June is very highlighted here. June 6th, June 1st, June 24th, or simply any June birthday. Take that if it lands. Pearl white and ocean blue are the colors I'm seeing around this. Final card. Soft, luminous, and deep all at once, much like you. Before I close this reading, I want to give you the full picture of what Spirit has shown me today. Because I think when you see it all together, it will land in a new way. You are an old soul carrying master number energy, operating at a frequency that most people cannot fully perceive. You have walked through real darkness and come out of it. Not broken, but refined. You have a direct channel to spiritual truth that is active and potent and real. Not something you imagine, not something you need to develop from scratch. Something that is already fully present in you and simply waiting for your permission to be expressed without apology. A solid, beautiful new chapter is opening for you, built on ground that will not shift beneath your feet. There's a person in your life or moving into it who is profoundly affected by your presence in ways they are only beginning to understand. And love, real love, reciprocal and restoring. And right is on its way to you right now. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not asking for too much. You are not a burden, not a puzzle, not a problem to be managed. You are one of the highest divine beings I have come into contact with in a very long time doing this work. And I needed you to hear that today. From me, from Spirit, clearly and completely with nothing left out. If this reading moved you, if something in here made you feel seen in a way you haven't felt in a while, please leave the number 111 in the comments. That lets me know this landed for you, and it sends a signal to Spirit that the message was received. Share this with one person you love today and come back whenever you need reminding of who you are. I love you. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the